What's going on, Sagittarius? We're going to take a look at May 2020 and see how things are looking for love and money. Because I already know what's going on in life, and everything kind of stinks right now, staying at home. So, I don't need to look at that. Sun at the bottom of the deck, really nice. Really nice. But let's look at love and money, alright? I do want to pick out a card for overall energy for you. Two of Pentacles. So, for the most part, I feel like you're kind of doing a pretty good job with staying balanced within your emotions and your mindset. Most people are not right now, but it seems like you are doing very well. So for a lot of you, I think you've been able to keep working and at least keep busy for the most part, and kept your your routine going. Yeah. So that's helped kind of maintain a balance. For those of you who are not working, I still see that you've been able to maintain that pretty well. So I am glad to see that. And there's one more, a Knight of Cups. I also see that you've been a very big support for other people, and that's been very important for those in your life, because you're bringing a sense of balance to them, and I feel like that's kind of keeping the cycle going. In a sense, you know, you're still in this position of helping others. You are really kind of on the upper hand of this compared to some of the other zodiacs who are feeling effects from this. That's not to say it's for everybody, but for the most part, I feel like you guys are maintaining pretty well. In the love department here, we've got the Five of Wands in reverse. Ace of Cups in reverse. So we've got some ego-based thinking going on here, obviously. We've got somebody who is personally conflicted with their own needs and with their own lifestyle right now. And it has to do with being confined in a state of mind when it comes to love, okay? When it comes to the choices and the abilities of actions to take with regard to love. There is a sense of being stuck right now, and kind of this annoying, pointless energy of why am I even here? Why am I dealing with this? If you're in a toxic relationship, right, that's what I'm picking up on. If you're not, I kind of get the feeling like if you're single, you're not really looking right now. Excuse me. And you are more focused on yourself and how you can kind of bring your own world together. You got a lot going on, you're busy, you're not too worried about stuff like that. So I see that what can help the situation, okay, if you're in a partnership, or you're wanting to be in a partnership and things are not going quite the way that you ultimately want them to, go back to those experiences and some of those past situations and bring some meaning to them, and make your decisions on how you want to approach the situation based on what you already know and what works. And if you are in a relationship, I kind of get the feeling like you don't really need to do a whole lot of anything right now. It's more about just having those fun and good experiences. There's nothing to address right now when it comes to the relationship. I think what am I sensing here? I think it's like this. For example, if the two of you are very, very busy, one's working, one's doing this other thing, there's not really a lot of opposition, but there's not a whole lot going on either. So make some time for each other. Excuse me, I have terrible allergies, you guys. I apologize. Make some time for each other and allow those interactions to still happen, even though it's kind of like mundane, and it's just kind of spice it up a bit, okay? Spice it up a bit so that you're not just going through this I can't think of the word. It's just that, you don't want to go through a boring routine on a daily basis. You want to keep things kind of fun and lively and exciting. And what to avoid is avoiding what I just said. You don't want to not have experiences with your partner, with your person, because this can create problems in the future. It can create the ability to have a further imbalance when you're really trying to maintain this balance. This can create further imbalances, and it can create setbacks with regards to communication and understanding, relating about something, unnecessary confrontation. So just avoid this. You may be busy, you may be trying to have your own way of dealing with what's going on, but make sure you're keeping each other kind of, you're on the same team, and keep it that way. If you are single right now, like I said, I kind of get the feeling like you're not too worried about relationships at the moment. You're very much kind of set in your mind that right now is not the time. So I'm not too concerned about that. As far as like on the depression side, for you guys, I think you're just kind of staying busy. If you are feeling a sense of depression, I just picked up because of these cups and some of these reversals. For others of you who are having trouble with maybe either substance abuse or just coping with what's going on, reach out to some childhood friends or your parents, whoever you can, okay? And keep that balance so that you have somebody you can reach out to when you do have those conflictions, okay? I don't want you sitting at home just pondering on things and getting further lost in those memories and those thoughts that can create a depression and further bad habits. So if you are sensing that or feeling that coming on, have a game plan, who you want to call or what you want to go do to try to get your mind back into something positive, okay? Now when it comes to money, we've got the Queen of Swords and the Three of Pentacles. So I do feel like for a lot of you, money's kind of kept going. You've stayed working, or you've stayed busy at least. You're working on projects. You're working on, your house. You're working on whatever. You've got things that you're doing, and you're able to put that inspiration into, this is what I want. I also sense that there is, you have some of that Aries energy going on right now, where you're just kind of sharp thinking, you're quick, you're to the point, you're not exactly as communicative with everybody else as you normally maybe would be, because you're just very busy and things are moving forward pretty quickly in certain areas, or you're keeping yourself in that. So I see it being a positive thing for you, because honestly, for a lot of you, I see continued progress when it comes to this type of work and expression and positive developments happening in your life. So it could be that you're just very busy and you don't have a lot of time right now to put towards family or towards friends and things like that. So for those of you dealing with money, I do see that being the case. And for others of you, you could be seeking some ways on how to bring in more money because of this. If you had to break away from a job, I do see you've been pretty busy with trying to find out how you want to pursue that. Finding maybe residual incomes or making kind of a game plan moving forward. What's the recommended action to take? King of Wands in reverse, the Devil, and the Six of Wands. Okay, so for money here, God damn it, I'm sorry. I'm annoying myself with my own cough. Anyway, so I am seeing that either you've been dealing with somebody who is not your favorite, and there's kind of a really funky, kind of a controlling energy going on. It could be with a Capricorn. Money-wise, I feel like you're helping this person out quite a bit. If this is like a family member or a friend, and there's been a lot of pursuing to help them through some of their issues, and if there's anything that needs to be like discussed or, you know, planned out or whatever to bring ease to the support you're giving, make sure you're voicing that so that there's not like this built up resentment or residual type of inability to balance things when it comes to the money, okay? And I would take it in stride. I wouldn't like, I wouldn't just be like, I would just baby steps. I would ease your way into that. Like, let's talk about this. Okay. I also see that I got a message when I was first pulling these out for a group of you that there could be somebody that you can pursue that isn't a potential opportunity that might seem like they are direct, or they have an energy that's a little bit outside of your comfort zone. But I'm sensing that there's a very important connection that needs to be pursued here, and that there can be a lot of success from that. But refusing to face that situation and putting out what needs to be, without investing what needs to be, whatever, money, time, communication, without that investment, you could lose that opportunity. That is a very interesting message. I don't usually get too stuck on those, but I have several messages, and because the devil's here, and I also feel like for some of you, this is you. This is you being in your own way, okay? Creating further blockages. So what the message overall, no matter who you are, what your situation is, the big picture here is you want to avoid having any further setbacks by either delaying what needs to be said, done, whatever it is, whatever action needs to be taken. You want to go ahead and make that move so that it doesn't create further problems, okay? So whatever it is with money, you lent your friend $100. You want to talk about how to get that back before it gets to being you farther. You have a position that you really want to pursue. Now's the time to talk about it, but you're fearful because that person is a little bit domineering. Okay, things like that. Just take that opportunity as it presents itself. That's my recommendation there, okay? Now what to avoid. Avoid not taking the chance when you get it, okay? Because it's going to be an opportunity to increase the value in the situation in one way or another. It's an opportunity to increase it. But if you're not taking the opportunity, then you could potentially create more conflict, more resentment. You could create a rival. Just unnecessary energies can be created for no reason. You could also lose potential possibilities and future experiences, future accomplishments, future doors opening within that path. Okay, so just be aware of when to make your move. Now, let's take a look at love and money for just a final message here. So for love, we've got compassion. You demonstrate the language of the heart by actively sharing and living love. So yeah, don't ball up, be compassionate, share your experiences, share your thoughts, be out there and open it with things. And with money, you're able to recognize traits in common with another in order to forge love-based connections. So you recognize what somebody needs, you recognize how that you know, what needs to be done and all of that. However, the problem is you also forget sometimes to lay down the law on how to make that equal. You just want to be there. You want to be there for them. However, it's creating a tension that's unnecessary because of the delay in delivering your feelings about the situation, or communicating about it, or taking that next step, you know, towards mastery in it, or towards accomplishments, or gaining whatever it is you're trying to do. So even though you recognize it, the next step is making the move. Okay? I hope that resonates. You guys had a very interesting reading this month, so if you want to take a look at your personal situation, I'll get it out eventually, guys, sorry. If you want to look at your personal situation, then let me know. All my rates are down below. They're 50% off. And otherwise, if you like how I do things, hit subscribe, comment, giveaway down below, and I'll get you included into my free reading giveaway. Otherwise, thank you so much for dealing with my raspy voice for this month's readings, and much love to you guys. Have a good month.